an issue, as far as I know, okay? And all I'm trying to say by telling you this story, it was actually my husband and I who talked to council members, the town manager, a year ago, okay, to bring this issue to light and to bring it before the council. I just want to mention that I have no problem with older laws. The United States Constitution is an older law. It's older than any one that we've talked about tonight. But it's also a living, breathing document. And it's a living, breathing document that gets amended every once in a while. And that's all we're asking for, is please, you know, make this a living, breathing document and take another look at the code, okay? And please look at it with some compassion. Because I could tell you, when we bought our building, we have been told that that sat vacant for 5 years. Some people say it sat vacant for 10 years. I don't know, but it was a long time, okay? But we reactivated the building, we put utilities on, we paid taxes, you know, and we also moved into this town and we volunteered at our local church and we volunteer for the community. And when you get treated like that, it hurts really bad.
No, I think we all totally understand.
Okay, thank you.
If you have a verbal agreement, in my law studies, a verbal agreement can hold up in court of law. Okay, so we're not here to penalize any one of you guys. We're trying to build Miami, get businesses growing, make this a beautiful town that everybody wants to live in. But what we have to do is totally understand our options. And we've got to start with what can we do from a mapping standpoint. Where can we go from a mining giveaway standpoint, and understand what we have to work with, and then make some decisions that are based on facts instead of opinions. And when we get that done, we're going to make darn sure that we don't hurt our businesses. We don't want them to go away. We want them to stay. We just have to be sure that we take care of all of Miami in terms of safety and health and welfare. And that's the oath that we all made, and we're going to stick with it. We're not going to throw anybody out the window for something that happened 10 years ago or 5 years ago and say, you know, forget it, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to work with our business owners. Okay?
Thank you. And I'm sorry I took so long, but
No,
thank
it
you.
was important.
Thank you for
So.
listening. All right, thank you.
Anyone else?
One more thing. Even though I disagree with Ruben is an awesome guy who's trying to do his job, and I appreciate that very, very much. So you're awesome.
No, appreciate that. We appreciate Ruben too.
I sure do. I got one more thing. Mayor, if I could.
One more thing? Oh, good.
So, yes, certain circumstances, verbal agreements are binding, certain circumstances are not. But the issue you run into where if you have a verbal understanding that is different than what's in the city code is managers change, council members change. Those understandings don't necessarily get communicated. So if there is a circumstance like that, we'd want to have something like that in writing or a process, but the community always has the ability to come to council and to address concerns and issues with the council as well, because like you said, and I appreciate the comments about, understanding and appreciating, because it is difficult when you have codes that you have to enforce, and, the other argument is, well, why am I getting a violation when so-and-so down the street has this or this? It takes time to, especially when things haven't been enforced or looked at for a long period of time, it's a process to try to look at and say, okay, we're gonna try to start with the the worst of the worst cases and work our way up and try to address these on a case-by-case basis. Try to address issues that come up when they come up. Sometimes, there are extenuating circumstances, and again, that's why council's always here on, the first and third Mondays, and, the community has the ability to address those issues and concerns with council. And, it is a process.
It is.
And requires a lot of coordination, a lot of communication.
Totally agree with you, Joe. I'm just advocating that we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna understand what our options are, what our needs are, and go with that, okay? And our whole concept of getting Miami back up to what it used to be and better is the business owners coming in and working with us and living here. And so we have to keep that in mind when we're making decisions. So if there's opportunity there to help them with issues like this, we'll help them. We just need to get a clear understanding of the facts and then go from there and work with the community. Okay?
Going back to history, the issues that I brought up about parking, and we were having issues back then. And correct me if I'm wrong, but because of that issue that we had, we created a public parking lot over here. And the idea was for most of the business people to use that parking area, clearing the street area. And from my observation, it looks like it's being used as storage. It seems like there's some vehicles that aren't moving that often and taking up public parking. I would suggest, just suggested, that if we were to issue a parking space for the businesses that are concerned, that would be their numbered parking spot in that public parking space, or it wouldn't be public anymore. I guess it would be just for the business owners. But anyway, maybe that is something we need to look at. Plus, a while back, I understood that people don't like to park there because of the lighting, so the lighting would have to be improved. So that would be another issue. Okay, so anyway, I thought I'd throw it in there. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay. Anybody want to move to adjourn?
No, I'm having fun. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay.
Before we go adjourning, what course of action did we decide to do?
I thought I made it pretty clear.
Oh, I
No,
know.
you said you'd have to study something, it didn't say anything.
No,
Who's gonna do that?
well, let me answer
Is
your
there a
question.
time frame? I just politely said, well,
All right, let me.
we'll study and we'll do the right thing for everybody.
I just want to
You
point
gotta
out,
remember that I grew up in a world of engineering and construction, and when I say things, I think everybody understands me, but maybe they don't.
Not here.
but also I just have to point out that the agenda is just, it's agendized for discussion only, no action by council.
Right.
But if
So
we can discuss a plan.
we can discuss a plan and give direction to bring something back to council.
I didn't hear any of that.
Okay, I'll say it again.
I got a question. Before we adjourn, I just wanted to ask Alexis, you've got some targets here. Can we discuss that someday, why you have those targeted?
Mayor and council, future-wise, yes, we can identify some areas already. And like I said, we need to check the values and if it's the town of Miami can absorb those properties and in legal actions and all those elements. Yeah, we're gonna present a plan.
So this will be homework for us.
Yeah, it's a home.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna get with Alexis, our town manager, and we're gonna agree on how we're gonna go about doing this survey across all of Miami, all of its properties, and also engage with the mines to see what they can do to help us, give us more territory. I mean, you cross the border down here and look to your left, there's a lot of land there that they own that we could possibly use. in the near future. So we need to understand what can we do from that perspective, and then we decide, you know, how to move that forward for the welfare of the entire community. And
Motion on
so the first step is get the survey done, get the engineering done.
Mayor, there's a motion to adjourn.
Yes.
Vote. All those in favor?
We motion to adjourn, right?
Yes. All those in favor? Move to adjourn.